I remember it vividly, though it's been many cycles since that day. We, the Zenari, prided ourselves on being a peaceful and advanced species, seeking knowledge and unity across the stars. But there are things in this universe that knowledge can't prepare you for. There are species, beings, whose very existence defies reason and strikes fear into the heart of even the most advanced civilizations. Humans are one of them. I met a human once, and I pray you never do. It was a remote planet, a barren world orbiting a distant sun. I was an emissary back then, sent by the High Council to establish contact with any unknown civilizations that we might encounter. Our mission had been uneventful for months until we picked up a strange signal. It was faint, unlike anything we'd encountered before. Curious, we followed it to a desolate moon, covered in dust and ruin. That's where we found him. The human was standing alone, surrounded by the wreckage of an old spacecraft. His clothing was torn, his face was gaunt, and his eyes, those dark, piercing eyes, seemed to see right through me, right through my soul. We'd read about humans in our archives, a species from the far reaches of the galaxy, long believed to be extinct after their homeworld was consumed by their endless wars. The idea of them surviving, of one standing before me, was beyond belief. My crew and I approached cautiously, using universal gestures of peace. But the human didn't respond in kind. Instead, he smiled, a chilling curve of the lips that made my skin crawl. He didn't speak at first, just stared at us as if calculating something. We, a species of intellectuals, considered ourselves superior in our understanding of diplomacy. We believed the human would see reason, that we could communicate. We were wrong. Without warning, he lunged, moving faster than any species we'd ever encountered. In a matter of moments, 2 of my crewmates were on the ground, their bodies crumpled like paper. We fired our weapons, energy beams designed to incapacitate, not kill. They had no effect. The human dodged, ducked, and with every move, he came closer. I had never seen such savagery, such raw power. It wasn't just physical strength. It was like he had become something more, a force of nature. I remember his words, spoken in our tongue, though heavily accented and guttural. We don't belong here, but you're in our way. It was a statement simple and terrifying. He could have killed us all, wiped out the entire crew in seconds, but he didn't. Instead, he let us flee, as if to send a message, a warning. We barely made it back to our ship, escaping with only our lives and shattered dignity. The council didn't believe my story at first. How could they? Humans were extinct, a mere footnote in the annals of history. But they couldn't ignore the data I'd recorded. The video footage of the human, his words, his brutality. The incident was buried, of course, classified for only the highest levels of government. But whispers spread through the galaxy. Rumors of humans still out there, hiding, waiting. They don't conquer like other species, not with fleets or empires. No, they infiltrate, they survive, and when the time is right, they strike. I don't know where that human is now, and frankly, I don't want to. But if you ever hear a whisper or rumor, or catch sight of a lone figure on some distant planet, turn back. Leave. Because if a human sets their sights on you, there's no escaping them. Not with weapons, not with diplomacy. Humans are the last predators of the stars. And I hope, for your sake, you never meet one. The years passed, but the terror I felt on that day never faded. I tried to bury it, move on with my life. But every night, the memory of those dark, calculating eyes haunted me. I often wondered how the council could suppress something so monumental. How could they ignore the fact that humans, those violent, unstoppable creatures, were still out there, lurking in the shadows of the galaxy? Then one day, the truth came crashing down on all of us. It started with strange disappearances on the outer colonies. Small outposts, mining stations, gone without a trace. At first, it was brushed off as pirates or maybe a technical failure. But deep down, I knew better. The pattern was too familiar, too precise. It wasn't random. It was exactly what I had feared. The humans were back. The council finally admitted the truth when it was too late. Reports flooded in from across the galaxy. Ships destroyed, colonies abandoned, and entire fleets vanishing in the blink of an eye. There were no demands, no declarations of war, just chaos. By the time the galactic powers realized what was happening, they were already being hunted. We tried to fight, of course. We rallied our forces, assembled our fleets, and mobilized every technological advantage we had. But it wasn't enough. Every encounter with the humans ended in disaster. They moved like ghosts, striking where we were weakest, disappearing before we could retaliate. The humans didn't have the numbers or the technology that we did, but they didn't need it. They fought differently, ruthlessly, without mercy, using tactics that we had never seen before. They didn't fight to win battles. They fought to break us, to shatter our spirit. And it worked. The galaxy was in disarray. Entire civilizations fell into panic. Alliances crumbled. Planets that had stood for millennia were reduced to ashes. And through it all, the humans remained an enigma, faceless, nameless, unstoppable. They didn't conquer in the traditional sense. They didn't claim territory or demand tribute. They were something far worse. Predators. I remember the day they came for us, the Zenari. Our homeworld had been untouched for centuries, a shining beacon of knowledge and peace. We had always believed that we were above the violence of the galaxy, that our intellect would protect us. We were wrong. The human attack came swiftly, without warning. They didn't send a fleet. They didn't need one. A single ship entered our atmosphere, and in moments it was over. They deployed a weapon unlike anything we had ever seen. It wasn't meant to destroy our cities or kill our people. No, it was designed to do something far worse. It paralyzed us. Our systems failed. Our defenses crumbled. And as the ship hovered above us, its shadow casting a dark pall over our capital city, we knew that we were powerless. The human appeared again, just one as before. But this time, there was no smile, no words. They didn't need to speak. Their message was clear. We don't belong here, but you do. The humans left as quickly as they came, leaving our once great civilization in ruins. Our knowledge, our achievements, meant nothing in the face of their wrath. We had become prey in a galaxy we once believed we controlled. Now I travel alone, drifting through the stars, warning anyone who will listen. I tell them what I told you. Humans are not extinct. They are out there, waiting, watching, and when they strike, there is no defense. I met a human once, and I hope you never do.